Hello and welcome to Radical Disruption. I'm your host, Maya Nicole, and this is part 4 of the 4-part mini selling series. And I'm going to be talking about selling the lifestyle. So, if you find that simply listing the features and benefits of your offer isn't leading to sales, at least not the sales that you want, it might be time to shift your approach in terms of how you are selling and what you are selling. So, instead of focusing solely on what your offer does, think about it, pray about it, ponder it, consider focusing on the lifestyle that it promises. So, before I give examples of selling the lifestyle, I want to talk about why this works really, really well and why it matters. To start off, selling the lifestyle allows you to create an emotional connection with your audience, and people are often motivated by their desires and emotions and not just logic. And logic is, the features, the benefits, the frequently asked questions. Like, it's the very analytical aspect of whatever you're sharing. But again, people are most oftentimes motivated by desires and emotions. So by selling the lifestyle, you're tapping into what people genuinely want, whether that's freedom or confidence or peace of mind or happiness, or again, whatever that outcome is that people are desiring. And I want you to think about it. When you highlight the lifestyle that your digital product can offer, you help your audience visualize a future version of themselves that they aspire to become. And this visualization is really, really powerful because it goes way beyond the offer itself, and it really focuses on how the offer can truly change that customer's lives or life. They probably just have one life. At least I only have one life, which is something that can happen, right, when they purchase the offer, but they need to know that too. And selling the lifestyle helps them to really fully understand what your offer can do for them. And something else that's really interesting with visualization is when we visualize something, our brains process it similar to a real life experience. Research has shown that mental imagery activates many of the same neural networks used in actual perception. This means that when we imagine ourselves experiencing an outcome, or when we're selling the lifestyle, our brains are essentially preparing for that to become a reality. And visualization also taps into our emotions. So our brains are wired to respond to imagery and stories with an emotional engagement, a story that's attached to emotion, right? Which, when we're selling this lifestyle, that's attached to that, and we're creating imagery in people's brains. And when we visualize an outcome, we experience the emotions associated with achieving that goal. And this emotional connection is critical in marketing because, again, it's not just about logic when it comes to selling people. Emotions are often what drive the decision making process. So we want to tap into those emotions. And when you can get your audience to visualize the lifestyle that your digital product offers, you're not just telling them what it can do, you're allowing them to experience the emotions associated with being inside of that offer and the transformation that it provides. If that doesn't sell you on why you should sell the lifestyle, then I don't know what will. I'm going to give you a few examples of what selling the lifestyle could actually look like, though, in some different. Let's say that you put eyelash extensions on your clients. The lifestyle that you would want to sell is rolling out of bed and looking like a snack because your lashes are already done for the day and you don't even have to spend any time getting ready. Another example would be, let's just say that you help moms who homeschool. The lifestyle that you would sell is being able to teach your kids on vacation and making life lessons school lessons. Let's say that you are a yoga instructor. The lifestyle that you would sell is having a form of exercise that you enjoy and one that makes it easier to get out of bed because you're excited, but also maybe because your joints don't hurt as much, which means that you can do more of what you love, like hiking, because your body is stronger. Let's say that you are a social media manager and the lifestyle that you would sell to your client is waking up and not having to scramble to put together a post because everything is taken care of for them because you're their social media manager. So it's like, what is the physical representation of the emotional aspect that you help people with? Like, yes, confidence, but what does that look like manifested in someone's life? Yes, peace of mind, but again, what does that look like manifested in someone's life? And you're going to have to know your ideal client avatar deeply and what their ideal lifestyle looks like in order to be able to sell it to them, right? So you need to spend some time getting to know your ideal client avatar in order to do this. Now, it's one thing to sell the lifestyle, and it's a whole other thing to showcase the lifestyle, which is where embodiment comes in when we start to think about how we can be a living, breathing representation of what it is that we are teaching people. So what is embodiment? It's being a living, breathing example of what you teach your students. So the practice of living out your values, your beliefs, and promises in a tangible, visible way. That is embodiment. Does your community see you leading the way, aka talking the talk and walking the walk? Yes, they need to be, because that is what builds trust, and trust leads to sales. So an example of embodiment could be that you teach your students the importance of getting sun exposure in the mornings to help with hormone health. And you post a picture showing that you are getting sun exposure in the morning. Maybe you're on a walk, whatever it is, because again, you're teaching the importance of getting sun exposure, so you're being a living, breathing example of you are also getting sun exposure in the morning, right? Are you showing them that you do it, or are you just telling them to do it? Another example, maybe you talk about why putting money into investments each month is really important. Well, you could share a screenshot of maybe the receipt of what you invested each month. And it doesn't even have to necessarily be the number, but it could even just be like a screenshot with you could like exit out. You could cross out what the actual number is so people can't see the actual number, but they can see that you are investing, right? So again, are you showing them that you do it too, or are you just telling them? My personal example, and this is just one of the many examples that I have in terms of embodiment, I'm always talking about the importance of experimenting in your business, but specifically on Instagram. And I do experiments frequently and I share what I've learned from them. You always are seeing me experiment on my feed on Instagram with different things, because I'm not just walking the walk, I'm also talking the talk, right? So it's selling the lifestyle for them, but then it's showcasing what that lifestyle looks like through your actions to show them that it's possible for them too, and that you aren't just telling them to do it, but you're also an embodiment of whatever it is that you're teaching. So selling the lifestyle is a really powerful strategy because again, it goes beyond just the offer itself, and it creates a deeper, more meaningful connection with your audience, and it helps them to visualize themselves inside of your offer, which is really, really powerful because emotions are what drives buying decisions. And so you're going to get more sales when you start to sell the lifestyle. I hope that you enjoyed this 4-part series on selling. And if you didn't listen to the other 3 episodes, I highly recommend going back and listening to them. They're really, really, really amazing. But thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next episode.